Did you ever get to the concert, by the way?
Yeah, I went to the Green Day concert Friday night.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was pretty weird. Because, let me take myself back to Friday night, why it was weird. It was a long weekend. Well, first of all, I was pretty tired.
Yeah. Didn't get any nappy?
Didn't get a nap in, and I was just kind of beat.
Yeah.
But took Ralph to Green Day, the concert, at the Nassau Coliseum. Mm-hmm. Thanks to Lance, my buddy, for escorting me around.
You had an escort?
Yeah. Lance a good guy. You know Lance. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Since high school.
Is that Jackie's old buddy?
Yeah, Lance.
Oh, okay.
Face elder.
Yeah. Lance doesn't like Jackie. He told me privately not to say anything. Yeah. Never liked him. Just kidding, Jackie. All right, anyway.
Had me on the ropes.
Had me on the ropes. Lance loves you.
I love Lance.
Anyway, so I went over to the Nassau Coliseum with Ralph, who I was mad at, but nevertheless, we went. And we got there, and, right away, it's kind of weird because there's nowhere for me to stand. Like, I usually stand on the side of the stage to check things out. Uh-huh. Because I don't want to go in the audience because I'm way too famous.
That's right, and they would mob you.
If I went in the audience, I'd be mobbed. My fans would be too adoring. So, which I'm not exaggerating. People love me so much they don't.
That's right. That's what they tell me.
That's right.
Down the street.
Yeah. So, where's Howard? Yeah, someone asked me at the concert, "Where's Robin?" Some old guy was like, and you can't hear anything. Like the music is blasting. The guy goes, wah, wah, wah. And I go, "I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear you." Wah, wah, wah. It's like, "I can't hear you, sir."
Oh, dear.
I was like, "Oh, Robin, yeah."
That was really important to repeat 500 times.
No, I said to the guy, "Well, she's right over there. Go say hello." And then he left.
Did he?
Yes, he was looking for you the rest of the night. Yeah, where's Robin? So,
I guess we're supposed to be together all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, like Abbott and Costello.
We should live together.
Yeah, like the Beatles. Should always be seen together.
Because that's what everybody always... Where's Howard?
So I got there, and there was this band on stage called Die Totenhausen.
Where do they get these names?
I don't know, but
people aren't even trying anymore.
They were better than everybody.
Really?
They were unbelievable.
Die Totenhausen?
Die Totenhausen. I got to get their album.
What's that mean?
It's some Nazi thing. I don't know what it is. Is it German?
It sounds German.
Yeah, it's Die Totenhausen. Die Totenhausen.
Die Toten.
I hope I'm saying the name right.
You didn't get the name there? Or
no, it was
just see it written.
I saw it written. They have a big sign behind them that says Die Tautenhosen.
You don't know what it is.
But they were real good.
Yeah?
And they did a song.
Were they foreign or they American?
Oh, they were foreign. They were, I think they were British, but who knows? They could have been German with a name like Die Totenhausen. Uh-huh. They were like a punk band, but they were just really good.
Wow. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah. And they did a really cool version of... like Guantanamea?
Yeah.
They did a punk version of it that was unbelievable. Guantanamea. I swear to God, it was kick-ass.
What a mix.
Yeah, it was like one of the weirdest things I'd ever heard, but it was good.
That's cool.
And I would buy a record of theirs if I even could find their record.
Never heard of them, huh?
Ralph, what was their name? Die Totenhausen?
Yeah, I can't pronounce it, but it was something like that.
But I didn't want them to get off the stage. They were great.
They were really good.
Yeah.
They were better than everybody.
But me and Ralph had gone there, especially Ralph, because the second group was Pansy Division.
Right.
Which was an all-gay band.
And don't they, expose themselves and stuff?
Well, yeah, we couldn't wait to get there because what happened was as soon as we got there, everyone, from the Coliseum was saying... evidently, when you worked the Coliseum, they went down to Philadelphia to check those guys out the night before to see Green Day because they like to see how the concert goes, what they should be prepared for, and all that kind of stuff.
That's a nice life.
Yeah, well, but it really is part of their job because if there's any kind of trouble or potential trouble, they want to know about it. So evidently, in Philadelphia, when the Pansy Division went on, which is these three gay guys who just every song is about getting stuff done to their buttocks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to hear their album too.
Yeah, they come out with a big dildo, and they're playing with the dildo. It's like they're real gay. They're super gay.
They're doing it to the max.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, during Die Totenhausen, a lot of kids were coming. I waited for the house lights to go down. You can't really stand at the side of the stage, so me and Ralph just made our way into the mosh pit thing, So once the lights are out, a lot of kids knew who I was, but they just
the ones on the outside.
Yeah, they would scream my name and stuff, and I just ignored them, because I wanted to get into the show.
So you were in the mosh pit?
Well, kind of, yeah.
Wow.
Right next
to it, yeah.
Are there seats next to the mosh pit?
No, I was standing.
Oh, boy.
How big is that, Howard?
Oh man, it was scary.
The mosh pit was
Rock
the
and
whole
rollers gotten
floor.
very angry. I got to tell you something. I've never seen anything like it. Like kids, I saw 11-year-old kids coming out of that mosh pit.
Really?
Yeah, little kids, like, and getting thrown, and then people just take them and chuck them out onto the floor.
Well, I heard that the injury rate at concerts is way up.
It's got to be.
Because of it.
It's got to be. I saw one guy drop on his head. Then some girl took her top off during Green Day. Then she took her bottoms off, and she's up on this guy's shoulders.
She took all her clothes
Yeah, and the
off.
guy from Green Day, like this naked girl sitting on this guy's shoulders.
Oh, man.
The guy smelled like tuna fish. Full access.
She had her top off, and she had her hand over, and she was swinging her top around. And
Why did she take her top off and put her hand over
I don't
it?
know.
It was very frustrating.
Yeah.
And then,
She's a strip teaser.
Yeah.
so anyway, we get to. So that was. So we saw Die Totenhausen.
Yes.
And then, so Pansy Division came out, and the word was that in Philadelphia, when Pansy Division went on, the crowd went nuts. They wanted to beat them up. They were trying to storm the stage. Because,
man.
this is mostly like 15 and 16-year-old boys who are having questions about their own masculinity, and suddenly there's a band up there, and these guys are going around singing about getting stuff done to their butts.
See, I was going to ask you, if Pansy Division is that out there, have times changed and guys aren't all crazy about that anymore?
But I'll tell you something, the crowd at the National Coliseum, while they weren't raving about them, because it was really weird. Like, I started, like, moving around trying to dance or tap my feet to the Pansy Division, and then all of a sudden I go, wait a second, I'm tapping my feet to a guy talking about getting stuff done to his butt.
Yeah, I'm giving the high sign to a guy who's saying, hey, I want
Yeah, because I said to Ralph, you're dancing a little too much here to the Pansy Division. Everyone was like standing still during
you gotta
Pansy
watch
Division.
what you do.
Gotta watch
the
their
guys,
body language.
yeah, they were rocking and stuff, but
Are they good?
Yeah, they were good. I enjoyed it. I met the guy from Pansy Division afterwards.
Yeah.
Because they're big fans of our show.
Oh, really? We should have him in there.
Well, what happened was, I'm standing during Die Totenhausen, which is no gay band. They were like very macho, masculine rockers.
They were gay bashers.
Yeah, they weren't gay bashers.
There were fights backstage.
Yeah, but anyway, while I'm standing there, some kid comes up to me. He must have been about 15 years old, and he's chubby little blonde boy. And he comes up to me and he says, he's like, no. I go, dude, I can't hear you. Talk to Ralph. Ralph will hear you. So Ralph, is rapping to him and stuff, goes off to the side of the stage. Turned out it was the drummer from Pansy Division.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I blew him off.
Big fan.
Big fan, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. He's a little tiny guy. He looked like he was 15 years old. I mean, I've never seen a
I
guy.
gotta see this group.
Yeah,
I keep hearing about them. I'm dying to see them.
They
like
are so
posing and
gay.
stuff.
Yeah, they were like the gayest guys I'd ever seen.
What does the crowd do when the announcer says, and now here's...
Well, they don't announce them.
Does that bring a wild...
Well, first of all, it takes you about 20 minutes to realize that they're singing about gay stuff. Because, they're rocking and stuff. But all of a sudden, you start listening to words and something's a little bit off. Because they're like, I need a date with a guy. I wish he'd take his underpants off, and, it's like, it's like, whoa.
His butt is so nice.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't want to be tapping my feet to this.
I mean, they're really singing his butt was so nice.
I can't even tell you what they were singing because I'll get thrown off the air. About the stuff that was being done to their butts.
I gotta get this album. That stuff works. I gotta go out and buy it.
Yeah, well, they're really into it. So,
And how about that one song where they started outing everybody?
yeah, then they start.
Oh, they sing about who's gay?
Yeah, they sing about who's gay, and then all of a sudden they start yelling out guys' names, which I'm going to refrain from doing here because I don't know how actionable it is, but they added
Shockers in there?
Shockers. Jackie Marlowe's name was in it. I didn't know you were gay. Jackie Marlowe. All of a sudden, the lead singer starts screaming out who's gay.
Wow, and you can't tell me, you can't sing the song to me.
Sing this is some song. I mean, they're yelling out names. There was no.
I just want the part where they yell out the names.
I'll tell you off the air. They really looked gay, acted gay, sang about being gay, had queer T-shirts on, and all kinds of stuff.
And Lance said the night before they were making out on stage.
Yeah.
They were making out on stage.
So I guess it's whatever moves them on a particular night.
Yeah, well, we were looking forward to watching them make out and get undressed on stage and stuff, but they were pretty calm at the Coliseum.
We wanted to see really gay stuff.
Yeah, we were like I want to, what happens
your
is
money back. You were ripped off.
well, between groups, the house lights come up. So I would be standing like sort of in the middle, and the first after Die Totenhausen, I got caught with the lights on, and everyone was screaming Howard and grabbing me and stuff. So I wanted to get inside. So I was ready to leave when I thought Pansy Division was done and just stand backstage till Green Day came on. And Ralph says, no, we better wait because they might start doing real homo stuff. And you know, if they're on stage doing homo stuff,
you don't want to.
We want to be here for that when the crowd goes nuts.
There's no side stage to Nassau.
No.
Huh?
No.
Well, they had a simple stage. It was like up, so you really couldn't stand on the, and there were, you know, it wasn't real busy, so there wasn't all this stuff around you could kind of hide in.
So you weren't on the side of the stage. You were like sort of up front, right?
I was in the audience.
Because Stuttering Vic, I guess Robin gave Stuttering Vic, 2 of her tickets.
Yeah.
So he went to go say hello to you, and some huge guy pounced on him and said, leave him alone!
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I work for him. He goes, I don't care, leave him alone!
Yeah, well, it was getting kind of nuts. It was getting a little nutty. Because I was standing there watching Green Day, and some kid came up behind me and started choking me.
Oh, no.
He was a fan, I think, but it was getting a little crazy.
Was it like, how?
Well, you know what it is? Normally people wouldn't be that physical, but when you go to these shows, everyone's beating each other up.
It sounds like everyone's in a frenzy.
Yeah, they are. Well, that's nothing. So I'm backstage.
We were right on the side of the stage where they were taking they passed everybody would body surf to the front of the stage, and then the security guys would help them off, and they would run around the side, and that's where we were. So these guys were all hyped up and running by, and then they spot you and go, Howard! And
yeah, they get all, they're all charged
throw
up.
them to the side.
Yeah.
Kind of
So
fun.
anyway, then I went back, so I decided to go backstage after Pansy Division, and then all of a sudden I turn around to see Ralph, and Ralph's got 2 hot broads with him. So, I just kept my distance. Ralph stayed with them. I didn't go near him.
Why were they talking to Ralph?
Well, Ralph knew them.
Oh.
But Ralph, you could put Ralph down all you want and stuff, but girls seem to really dig him. I mean, he must be a good-looking guy because... Look how happy
I can put Ralph down all I want.
Yeah, I mean, I can put down Ralph all I want. But, he must be on some level a good-looking guy to women because, like, these girls were either that or I have a feeling they were trying to get to know me.
See, that's what I'm thinking, that they just, Ralph's the door they got to get through.
Yeah, because these were girls who, like,
you would figure out.
These were definitely girls who wanted to hang backstage. Because now that they were with Ralph and me,
then they were happening.
And they got to stand wherever they wanted. They had full access.
It's making more sense to me.
There was nobody backstage. I mean, that backstage scene was weird in itself because there were no hot girls. It's not like a Van Halen
because Green Day is anti everything that is show business.
Good.
You got to hear this.
That.
No, they're all guys and a drag queen.
Yeah, drag queens and guys with like lots of tattoos and spiked hairdos.
What are the drag queens doing?
I don't know, but there's drag queens back there.
It had to be. I mean,
and all these bands are like into sort of being vague about their sexuality.
Yes.
Like they're all making like Green Day was up on stage screaming out for boys to throw their underwear up on stage. And I was like, whoa.
Well, see, somebody here told me last week that they were all gay.
Yeah, well, they might be. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, but it's very difficult to figure out who's what. So anyway, now I'm backstage. Ralph's got 2 chicks, and when Ralph has the 2 chicks that he's working, suddenly now I'm by myself. And Ralph's supposed to be there to,
sort of take care of you.
Yeah, but he forgets everything. Now he's got chicks, and I'm walking around, and now, as soon as Ralph leaves my side, every kook in the world is coming up to me now for autographs, pictures.
Where was that, in the office when I walked out of the
No. When we were just standing by the side there.
When we walked
some woman screams out, I'm the woman with AIDS, and and I'm like, what's going on here? It was like a 3-ring circus, and of course Ralph is tied up with the girls.
I got distracted.
He doesn't even know that you're getting into trouble.
No. So I immediately, and then there was some guy in the corner like, I'm a big fan. I go, oh, thank you. And then he goes, I listen to the show every day. Oh, okay, thanks, man. Thanks, dude. I was very complimented. Thank you. Well, don't you want to say something to me about it? It was just like, this is what's going on while Ralph's scoring with 2 chicks. And meanwhile, he's scoring because he's with me.
Right.
So then I have to make my way backstage, and I'm just, I'm sitting around, just trying to find a room to sit in. Ralph is out front with the girls, so I'm sitting by myself, just watching the Knicks game. And, and then Lance came in from the Coliseum, who said that Green Day definitely was a weird act because he says they show up at the Coliseum in their tour bus 8 o'clock in the morning, okay?
Yeah.
Now, and they just stay there the whole day.
Ugh.
And in their contract, you know how like most bands want certain foods and certain everything to be taken? They don't want any food. They don't want any furniture in the dressing room. Nothing. They want nothing. And they just stood around the Coliseum the whole day waiting to go on. Nothing to do.
Wow.
They didn't go to a hotel, nothing. They just stand there. He said they just hang out. They're
doing it to the hilt. They want to make sure they're not in show business.
Like, you know how Van Halen will show up 10 minutes before the show and they have them brought in by helicopter?
They don't even see their instruments until they're on stage because there's a roadie who knows exactly how Eddie likes his guitar tune. Yeah. The whole thing.
No, a whole different thing. A whole different mindset.
And you don't see the band wandering around.
And you know that it's not like... Well, you do. Like the band, like the lead singer was standing next to me during Tottenhausen.
Van Halen, you don't see them wandering around, but Green Day, you see all the guys.
Yeah, the guys are just hanging around. They don't act like stars or anything. It's like it's a whole mindset, you know? It's like a way you have to be now. And they only charge $12.50 a ticket, which means they made absolutely no money on the day.
That's all the tickets cost?
Because I've played the Coliseum, and I know what the business behind the Coliseum is. You can't charge $12.50 a seat and make money, not with all the unions and who you have to pay.
Wow.
$12.50.
That's amazing.
In this day and age, but they don't want to, like, gouge their fans. But, of course, as I made the point, everyone who works for them will make money. All their management will make money, but they're going to end up broke. And you know how embarrassing it's going to be former member of Green Day working in a gas station?
Yeah.
You know, like when they're all done?
You're a used car salesman.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, like, Ralph was saying to me, hey, man, you know, not everything's commercial, and, like, it's cool. Like, he started arguing with me. It's cool, you know, in front of the chicks. You know, it's cool, man. Everything doesn't have to be about money. And I go, hey, douche. Everyone here is making money. The Coliseum's making money. The guy from the record company's
making money. The only reason to do it.
I mean, they're doing it, and you know what's going to happen? They're going to have all this fame and everything, and have all this success, and it might be gone in 10 minutes, and then they're going to be broke.
Yeah.
What's the point in that? I don't care how much of a punk you are.
Well, they sure aren't spending money on their hair. I noticed that.
Yeah.
I saw them on Saturday Night Live. And I thought, geez, did they just have some people come in off the street?
So listen to this. So meanwhile, I find out that, you know, they just hang out all day, and they got, you know, there's no furniture, no food, nothing. No glass of water, nothing. In fact, Lance didn't even know what
they were.
It was just like, he didn't know it. You know, it was like, how are they surviving? They're like cockroaches, you know, they're surviving with nothing. So they're a low-maintenance band, let's put it that way. So then I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any of Green Day, so I'm walking around backstage at the Coliseum, and all of a sudden, this fight breaks out where this guy is smashing bottles on the floor. I'm getting real nervous, so the cops start coming over, and I turn around, it's Green Day. They're smashing bottles over each other's heads and on the floor.
Spraying beer all over
the place. This is like right as they're about to go out.
Is this how they get worked up?
And they get worked up. Now, wait a second. Then the three of them, in unison, start climbing a wall. Like literally, like jumping, like frantically. I got to show you how they do it. They're like this. They're like moving around and stuff, freaking out. And then one of the guys starts ripping out his own zipper and starts to pull his weenie out and starts spinning around on the floor masturbating. And
he was like having a spasm
He was having a spasm, like spinning around. And then the other guys were like banging into each other and stuff. And
are you sure this was the band?
Yeah, it was the band. I was standing right next to him.
Music's gotten a little weird, man.
Oh, that's funny.
And then they were all psyched up and ran out on stage. Now, we were waiting to go out and watch them because we had heard that the night before in Philadelphia, everything happened in Philadelphia.
Yeah, you got a good concert in Philadelphia.
Someone told me the night before that the lead singer, Billy Joel, or whatever his name is, Billy Joe, he just came out after one or two songs and then stripped down to just his shoes and played naked on the stage.
We left early. We might have missed that.
We might have missed it. But I don't know. I read the review in the paper. They didn't say anything about him being naked.
They would have mentioned that.
Yeah.
Now, what's the makeup of the audience?
Well, it was real young.
But a lot of girls out there?
No, mostly guys beating each other up.
Just like head bashers.
Yeah. And there was some hot girls, but
they were all dressed down, and they weren't like...
Well, that's what they always... The new concert dress is to dress in something that you don't mind having destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, the two girls that Ralph had procured...
They were dressed up.
They were dressed up real hot.
Yeah.
They had... concert clothes like the old days.
Now, they don't go around and have spotters picking girls out of the audience.
None of that. No.
The only hot girls backstage were the ones who were with
guys.
Yeah. It was all guys. And there were people on the side of the stage during Green Day, and it was like 10 or 15 punk-looking guys. It was all guys.
Yeah, it's all guys around them. And then, like, there's, like, guys who stand behind them who are all, like, tattooed and their shirts are
spiky hair.
Yeah, well, there was, on Saturday Night Live, there was just a guy sort of hanging around the speakers, and I didn't know, is he in the band?
No.
Okay.
He's just a guy who stands there. But they had, like, 20 of those guys Friday night. So I stood there and watched the, watched the band. I had a good time. They were really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Day was real good. They've got a great sound. And, I guess some of the kids in the audience figure, like, hey, Howard's there. He's one of us. And they get nuts and they want to, like, mosh with me.
You.
They want to grab me and stuff. And, like, I'm not into that. And then one of Ralph's girls. So then I said to the guy from the Coliseum, Lance, I said, hey, how long does Green Day play? He said, about an hour. I said to Ralph, what we're going to do is, about 5 or 10 minutes before the end of the show, I want to just grab my car, because we went over in my car. And I said, we'll grab my car, and we'll just split, because I don't want to get caught in traffic, and I'm really beat, and I want to go home. Lance said, you could end up waiting an hour to get home if you don't, get it together. Okay. Concert's going, it's going really good, and all of a sudden I said to Ralph, hey, in 5 minutes we're leaving, and we're getting out of here, because I want to be out of here before the lights go up. So... there it is. I tell him 5 minutes. I start to make my break for the door. This is why Ralph is never going to another concert with me. I start to make my break for the door, right? Ralph goes, hey, I want to get the number for the chicks. So I said, dude, I got to go. I got to leave right now. I want to leave. So I start walking out with Lance, and I'm now standing and waiting for Ralph. And Ralph is rapping to the chicks, and Lance goes, come on, let's go. I said, you know what? This guy's got to ride with me. He's got, I'm waiting now for Ralph. Hey, I said, dude, I'm not going to Nine Inch Nails with you. I'm not going anywhere with you.
You should have left him with the chicks.
Yeah, no, wait a second.
You waited maybe 30 seconds.
No, you want to know how long it was? Even Lance and I were laughing. It might have been 4 or 5 minutes. So listen to this. So I'm now waiting to leave, and some kid is throwing stuff at my head. I had stuff in my hair. He was like throwing some goo. So I'm like freaking out, and I go, Ralph, come on. And the security guys are trying to get Ralph, and Ralph's rapping to the chicks. He's a douche. He doesn't get it.
Just a couple.
He doesn't get why he's there.
You weren't supposed to wait at all. Even a couple minutes.
Yeah, when I say it's go, why didn't you start making? He always does this to me wherever I go.
He told you what he wanted to do. You should have gotten the number before.
I didn't take.
Say goodbye to him.
I didn't take her number.
I start to say goodbye.
I gave her my number.
He gave her his number. That's a move. Get her number, you imbecile. He gives his number.
He talked to them all that time backstage and never got anything.
No, couldn't exchange numbers, nothing.
It wasn't like
it wasn't like that for you. I was trying to leave.
I wasn't even trying to pick her. She's a friend of mine.
Yeah. He's a friend who the whole time home you were like, oh man, I wish I could get her.
No,
yeah, okay.
I would like to, but yeah, she's a friend.
And well, everyone's your friend.
What difference does that make? We're talking about the timing of the whole thing.
So I'm trying to leave, and I just said, this is bogus. And it was real embarrassing because the security guys are like, hey, what's with this dude? So I just said, you know what, I'm leaving. That's it, I'm going. So then I started walking out, and Ralph came.
Yeah, that's what you have to do with
Ralph. I just said, I got to leave.
I was right behind her.
No, you weren't. It was really embarrassing, man. Seriously, it was really embarrassing to me because I was trying to get out, and people are chucking stuff at my head. And it's like, you're a nitwit. You don't know this is what he does. Wherever we go, if I let him in the car, he opens up the door to the car and he's all confused and he's like,
Whenever he's supposed to make a quick break and just get out of the car
ask
and go,
Ronnie.
He stops and he always has to get something out of the trunk. Leave the door open.
You're an innocent, and you did it again to me. And it's like, I got to learn my lesson with you. You're a nitwit.
How's Lance?
You're a stupid idiot. What?
How's Lance like Ralph?
Lance didn't really deal with Ralph. You know what I mean? But he was.
She must have been amazed that you're standing there waiting.
Hey, Ronnie. What is it? Ronnie! Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. Listening to the show?
What?
Are you listening to the show?
Are you awake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give an example. How is it when Ralph we have to leave somewhere and Ralph stands outside the car?
Oh, forget it. Forget about it.
This is what he did to me at Green Day.
People are pounding on the windows and stuff, and Ralph was standing there, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, Ralph's
that was a long time ago.
Ralph's
that was a long time ago.
Ralph will be like, I forgot my, I don't know, I got to get my bag from the trunk. You know, he's like all confused.
His move is usually...
I don't like to be wrong.
Everybody's all running out the door. He gets in the car, goes, "Oh, I left everything inside. I gotta go back in."
Yeah.
I never did that.
He leaves the bags inside.
That's not true, Ronnie.
Yeah, he's a retard.
That's not true.
So I go to Green Day, and I'm ready to leave, and I'm like, okay, man, let's make our move now real quick. We got 5 minutes here to get out of the Coliseum. Hey, imbecile is like rapping to chicks, and it's like, hey, dude, you rap to chicks the whole night, so stay with the chicks to make a decision.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's working or something.
Yeah. He's trying to make a living. So anyway, that was my night. And then, you know, I finally got out of there, went home, and went to sleep. So that's my review of the concert. Excellent concert.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Well, I gotta get, what is that, the Totenhausen? And
Die Totenhausen. Do they have an album?
I guess they do. They're going to be at CBGB's.
Oh, good.
It'll be cold.
Yeah, good.
What, should everybody show up there to see you?
Yeah, you're going to be at CBGB.
No, did I say that, Robin?
He's saying that hoping he gets some free tickets.
Announcing where he's going to be.
No one cares where you're going to be. All right, very good, Ralph. Thanks for all your help at the concert.
I mean, I was
I'm walking around, and the guy's like, you know, I can't leave yet.
Come on, man.
I'm rapping, man.
Understanding, man.
Understanding, man. I'm not understanding. Sorry, when I say I'm leaving in 5 minutes, say your goodbyes and let's go. Or tell me you're staying.
No. You want to know what happened? You said Lance said leave in 10 minutes. He knew when the show was over, and then like 2 seconds later, you're like, come on, let's go.
No.
Yeah,
That's not the way. Okay, Ralph. That's why everywhere we go, you screw up.
No, because you always do that.
Yeah, ask Ronnie.
All of a sudden, you're like, okay, come on, let's go.
And when I say let's go, it means let's go.
It's like the same thing when I'm doing work at your house and I have all my stuff spread around. All of a sudden, you decide it's time to leave, and you're like, okay, get out of here.
Yeah,
it's like,
so leave.
Wait, let me get my stuff together.
Yeah, do it, and do it quickly. Learn to move.
You have no patience.
Yeah, this guy doesn't get it. He's the slowest thing on earth.
No, he's saying be understanding to you. Like it's,
I move at a certain
your
pace.
No, he just used an example.
Lucky
He says,
to hang around with him.
Yeah, it's like he uses an example. He goes, you know, I have all my makeup and everything all spread around, and I have to leave. Now, at the Coliseum, he didn't have any makeup or bags.
Yeah, what's his excuse?
Yeah, he had no excuse. It's like, hey, I'm leaving. Let's go.
All he had to do was move his feet.
Yeah, and he was looking for a pen, and he couldn't find a piece of paper. And it's like, dude, do that some other time. And if she's such a friend of yours, call your friend and get her number. Imbecile.
She moved.
And then he went back there afterwards to find them, and they were gone.
I didn't go back.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Went home.
They split. All right, very good. So that's my day at Green Day, whatever. But yeah, it was a good concert, though. It's just rock and roll's gotten real violent, man. Holy mackerel. People are like beating each other up, throwing each other off the stage.
They had medics and stuff.
Yeah, they had medics being pulled in every 2 seconds.
There were thousands of injuries at Woodstock because of that mosh pit there.
It's cold.
I can't see how you couldn't get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean,
and everybody keeps saying, oh, but it's so great, man, when you're up there body surfing, everybody supports you. Well, how come everybody's sick afterwards?
Yeah, everyone's vomiting. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back right after these words.